Oh, that's my jam.
I don't trust it. I trust you enough to question it.
Okay, y'all, we're about to get it started. You know how we do. Welcome to the lounge after dark. It's your girl T. You know how we do. We have real intimate conversations about love, sex, and relationships. Again, I'm your girl T, Tyra, and I have my lovely co-host here today. About to have another great conversation per usual. You know how we do it. So just get right into it. You know, I don't like to just lag around. Let's get right into the conversation. So I want to ask you guys this question, right? As far as being here in the States, and we normally see people going abroad, right, to look for love, right? Most people, I don't want to say most people, but there are some people who do tend to want to travel abroad to look for love, find love, because they feel like the options that we have here in the States are lacking. So I want to ask you guys this question, like, do you guys kind of agree or disagree with that? Yes or no, yay, nay, maybe so.
I feel like anybody that says that
so you got no game.
Yes, I question them because I'm like, I'm not like basically as a product of a bicultural marriage. I love intercultural. I love that, but my parents didn't actually go out of their way to look for somebody else.
Okay.
So if you're the kind of person that just says, I don't like the people here, I want to find other people, I just question your
game.
Yeah.
But you see, why do you feel like they don't have no game though?
Because if you have the audacity to say, oh, I can't get with anybody I like here, I'm looking elsewhere, instead of, oh, I'm interested in this person, they're very interesting, I like their culture, or whatever it is. Yeah. But if you're blaming the people behind, I just look at you as whack. That's just my personal thing.
Okay. Whack is strong. I'd say it's not even more of.
Because why would you have to put your own people down?
Yeah, but for me, it's not even more of the people behind you. For me, it's not even just about being in Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta is one thing. If you tell me you cannot find someone in Atlanta here, I don't care if you're a Nigerian girl, because Nigerian girls love to move to Texas and D.C. to go and find love.
Oh, really?
Which is BS. If you can't find someone here, you keep saying things like, oh, everybody in Atlanta just knows each other. I'm not. It's your game ain't strong enough. People get married here every day.
No, yeah. So when I said whack, I'm saying if you're saying I want to go, like what is they call the passport bros, or those kind of people that are like, oh, Americans are. Yeah, I know. I just learned about it like a couple days ago. Oh, American women are whack. Oh, I'm gonna find someone in another country. I'm just like, you don't have to put your own women down.
Yeah.
You should just say I'm intrigued by Brazilian women or whatever. That's cool. But if you're like, my women won't cook for me, so I'm gonna go somewhere, I'm like, ugh.
And I think that's the problem with the question. The narrative is wrong. So
you
said it as if the reason they go over there is because they cannot pull here.
Yeah.
I think they can still pull here. It's just sometimes they prefer Colombian women or Brazilian women, or they want to try something new. I don't think most, and I'm talking about, when I say most, I'm not talking about everyone. I don't think most people who are going overseas to find love or whatever, they're not going because they can't pull here. Maybe they're just intrigued by what's over there and the more opportunities they have over there.
So I want to kind of counter what you said though before we get into it, and then I want to kind of go into what you said too, because you just mentioned a lot of girls here in Atlanta. We tend to go to Texas, or Dallas, Houston, or whatever, or DC to find guys, and sometimes I kind of feel the same way too. Just to be honest, that does not mean because I don't have game. It's because I feel like maybe the options here, obviously men are going to be men regardless, right? Regardless. But I sometimes feel like there might be better options because I'm not saying I've dated guys or even all the guys here in Atlanta, so I don't really know all the guys, but I feel like maybe I do want to expand my options. Sense. I feel like I don't want to just, like I said one previous episode, I don't want to just limit myself to just one area, you know. But I do feel like maybe each state may have a different, I don't want to say different type, but I feel like you may get something different elsewhere that you may not get here in your home
That's-
state.
that's
And
a better-
I
that's a-
disagree on that.
I-
No,
person.
I actually agree. No, I agree with
I think it's
Tyra.
fair.
Listen, niggas.
No, I
disagree.
completely
Men
agree.
are the same in Atlanta.
No,
same
I
in
don't
New
think-
York,
Yeah.
the same in Washington,
They
the
are.
same in Texas. It doesn't matter. You're just
What?
meeting different dudes out
Cultures.
there.
There's
Just-
different,
we're
like,
talking about-
perspectives.
We're talking about what you're looking for. Guys aren't different because of the state they're living. You're not
But
gonna get you
sometimes a
better
woman wants to have a
options
fresh.
over there. It's
She
just not
wants
true.
to have a fresh start. So I
Yeah,
don't find
that's
that
fine.
as weird. And guys too, like if you're like, you know what, I feel like I've dated a lot of people. I just need to feel like I'm having a fresh start. That's different from being like, the people here are horrible.
Right.
If she's just, what she was saying is she wants to expand her options.
Yeah.
So she needs a break.
And I do think
That's
that
different.
people in general, men and women, are different state to state because there's a different culture.
That's
like if,
right. That's what
like
I'm
if you
trying
go
to
out
get
to
at.
California,
Yeah.
maybe they're a little bit more earthy, more laid
Yeah.
back. They eat a little bit more
Hippie,
healthy.
hipsters.
But that's
you
not the
know.
guys you're dating though. You're going
Here
to New
we
York looking
go.
for the same type of dudes
You
you like
think
in
so?
Atlanta,
Facts.
and you're going to California.
Facts.
And you making
looking for
some
the
facts.
same type of dudes
Not
you
Yeah,
like.
well, that's
necessarily.
a
You're not going to
possibility.
California to find a hippie
That's a
dude.
possibility.
You're going there to find someone that's your type
Absolutely.
that lives in California.
Yeah, well then that's different.
Both of
If
y'all
that were
have
the
both of
case-
y'all have points. You make sense because I agree with you, and you also make sense because we do say, okay, we are going to a different state because we want to find a different kind of guy, but we're still going or gravitating the same type of guys that we
Exactly.
would
But
normally.
I think that
gravitate
when
to
someone
do it
does
here.
that, they want to force themselves to try to look at a different kind of guy. So if they fall for the same kind of guy, that's just something they have to figure out.
Yeah,
but
because that's just what
I
they're
think
used to. It's a thing.
that is a strategy to try to.
And to your
Force
point, I
yourself.
think that's the root of the root of the problem isn't the lack of guys in Atlanta,
Right.
the lack of guys anywhere. The root of the problem is you think you've depleted your options, and not you per se.
Yeah.
I'm talking about people in general think they've depleted their options based on dating the same type of people. I've
Right.
dated the same type of person that I wanted.
Where you're going to the same
and
places.
They treat me like shit every time.
Yeah.
So now
Yeah.
I'm done with Atlanta,
Yeah.
but I'm still gonna go to New York and expect
Yeah,
that
oh, yeah.
same type of person
And
to
that's-
be
yeah.
Be different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I
They
think
have
that's
to try
wrong.
to like.
You need to actually
Have to-
try something different.
I think
And
that
also
you have to
fix
change
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh my
that-
God.
that
Y'all said it
is-
At the same
no,
time.
to be honest, that
And I was
is
thinking that
literally
earlier.
not- You're not gonna come to Atlanta and think everything's gonna like just instantly
Change.
fucking change.
Right.
That doesn't work.
Because you're
like
gonna get
You
that
change
same
yourself.
kind of whack.
For me,
personality.
honestly, I can say for myself, like I dated certain type of guys, but when I started to take care of myself or do certain things for myself, I started to attract certain shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, it's me. Like I'm the fucking problem. That's what people need to start saying. You're
People
the
don't
fucking
do
Yes,
problem.
yes. I'll be honest. I'm for the most part I'm no longer single. I'm off the market, but I'm not trying to toot my own horn, because I don't know how it is nowadays to compete with
the dating
the
market here.
the Hinge and everything. So I'm not even trying to act like
you know.
but I didn't really struggle finding a good guy. There were a few times. I mean, you can't escape them.
Right.
There's always like people that get you. You're like, oh, you
College.
fooled me. You
Yeah.
fooled me. You're good. You're really good. But right, bravo. Good show.
Right.
But yeah, I think exactly what you said. Once you start focusing on yourself and checking yourself, like, I think I'm going to the wrong places, and I think I need to think outside my bubble.
It's the shit you allow.
Right.
That's just what it boils down to. The shit
Right.
that you allow is the shit that you're gonna get.
All right. So going to
Perfect. That's
Colombia
right.
and
So,
Colombia and
Yeah.
Dominican Republic, like you were saying, I'm guessing we're leaning towards passport bros and stuff
Yeah.
like that now, right? My thing with that is this,
Ugh,
right?
they-
I think that we tend to diminish factual sociology a lot. I don't know why we do that. We try to get in our own heads and create these things that aren't.
Yeah.
For me, if you live in another country, I was born in Nigeria, right? If you lived in another country before, you know what it's like in other countries, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So you're in America now. You're here. Atlanta. Every girl is like, oh, they don't want this dude. They don't want that dude. Oh, and her dude better be this and better be that. Already, as a guy who demands, and I repeat, demands respect from anybody at all, and absolutely from your woman. If your woman came to the equation on some rah-rah, I don't need no man, that means she already has a certain state of mind that you really don't fuck with. Yes, you can conquer that. You can take the time and conquer it and groom it and all that. But the thing is, when you go to Colombia, $2 can do a lot for you in Colombia. No. I'm not talking sexually. No, you guys.
I want you to expand on
I understand. So, but basically, you want to feel rich. So it's not you women here.
Yeah,
you can still woo the same woman.
It's not.
But if you made that local money, you would have had the same.
There's more to come. It's not about just spending on women. And when I say $2 can go a long way, obviously it's not $2. $2 can't do shit anywhere in the world. However, I mean, in the village. Yeah, it can. But what I mean by that is the woman too, right? And your since day one, they are hoping for one day that an American man will come so they can show him love too. So when you come with that, they're putting their best foot forward.
But I feel like you're taking advantage, and I'm grossed out by that. Like if I was a woman I am a woman from another country, but if I was living there and someone came and be like, my women are horrible, and then really took advantage of the fact of certain parts of my culture, maybe a woman that loves to cook, and they're just literally taking advantage and say, yeah, I like this about the women, and I just feel some kind of way about it.
I mean, but that's the thing. You're saying that, but this dude is thinking in his mind, right? I met this girl that lives. Your own people. I met this girl that lives in a flat in Cartagena, right? She lives in a flat in Cartagena with her mother, one bathroom, terrible, right? I met her. Met her in the club. Me and my boys, my frat boys, went on vacation. I met her and she liked me a lot. Took her to my hotel room. She's never been in that hotel in her entire life. This is a baddie that doesn't know she's a baddie, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I said. Your game is whack because you can't get a baddie.
No, let me lie. It's not about the baddie part. All right, this is a baddie, right? Convenient. I'm saying she's fine. She doesn't even know she's that fine. She just knows she's a Colombian girl. Yes, that's all she knows. But she submits to this guy in the 2 hours that she meets him. He goes on pubs. He spends $60, and it feels like he spent $700 to him, right? You guys wait. So he now takes her.
Hold on, wait, guys.
So now she says she's in love with him. She really likes him.
Of course she is.
And then he's a professional. He's a professional that works a great job, and he's thinking, you know what? I'll fly her to America. He keeps talking to her after he leaves Colombia, and then he flies her in, and then she goes from that flat in Cartagena, right, to a condo in Buckhead, and she sees what she can have.
With 2 bathrooms.
She will submit her life, her mother's life, her children's lives, everybody's lives to be anything that he wants.
We got 2 bathrooms.
You know what I'm saying? It's just true.
Can I say something to that? Because it's the truth. Okay, so
I get it. I mean, it's like you want to feel rich.
Let me say something real quick. So we were talking about the passport bros off camera, and then I mentioned something along the lines of a lot of these women, they are not really. They're not trying to date the men who come to their countries for love. They're looking for a way out, a savior.
Yeah, depending on where you go.
You know, most of that's
not all of them.
But yeah, and then you mentioned that not all of them, but give an example. The example that he just mentioned, I feel like that's probably really what's the case of what normally happens most of the time.
So I don't blame them.
So let me put in perspective on the female perspective, right? You meet a rich basketball player, right?
Yeah, same thing. That's exactly the same thing.
Same thing.
You don't have that money. You never
Absolutely the same thing.
You can't compare it to.
No, it is the same.
No, because they're dirt poor. They're dirt poor.
But that's the same. I'm dirt poor compared to a bajillionaire.
You can't compare not having running water to living in America.
He shows you a different type of life, and you go for it. It's the same thing, just on a smaller scale. Yeah, we're bringing you just running water, but they're bringing you to mansions.
I agree
with you.
You might bump into Beyonce.
I think it's the same thing. Gold digger vibes.
You're not really. You might be attracted to him, you might love him, but you're gonna keep him on a certain level because of what he provides to you.
Absolutely agree.
Well, I'm not saying that what you're saying is incorrect, but I guess what I was trying to say was they're not with you because they love you.
Oh no, they're gonna love you.
They love you based off condition. They're loving you based off condition. They love what you.
No, but it is true. No, she's right.
They're loving you. If you didn't have these, things, they're not gonna submit to you. They're not gonna submit.
No, that's a lie.
Even the everyday woman in Atlanta demands more than the bare minimum. That she wants to go to Novo every week too, right? So what Colombian girl does not see a 2-bedroom condo that is fly as hell and be like, yo, this is the life?
That's what I'm saying.
But that's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean she doesn't love your ass. She loves your ass with all the stuff you have too.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying. But what do you really consider someone who's loving you because of what you have? Real love.
I mean, it's the same.
Because you have conditions in place.
So you don't
That is
agree
the
that
same
can be
thing
real?
as somebody dating a.
You don't agree that's what the industry is today?
That's it.
Okay,
Literally
okay.
the
So
same
let me
thing.
say something real quick,
It's
right?
the same
Because
exact-
I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
is.
it's the same thing. I mean, yes, I'm not disagreeing, but I feel like this is a different topic, but it's kind of similar. So someone like me, right? Using me for an example. Me, realistically, I'm not just talking because I just want to hear myself talk.
Okay.
I will, and I'm gonna say this next episode. If it were me, I would choose to date a broke man who is faithful to me than a rich man. I don't care if you live in a penthouse in Dubai. Then a rich guy in Dubai who has $1 million.
As long as the broke man fits your criteria.
If he's faithful.
Fits your criteria though.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
But
but
also,
he's not.
like, has
But
a
he's
true
not. But he's
connection.
not bringing me anything monetary. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's not giving me anything.
Yes,
that's
but
true.
guess
So
what?
that's what I'm
But
saying.
guess what you prefer?
I'll prefer
A
that.
great guy with money.
But I'm saying, look, would these girls go to Colombia and date these American men if they were broke?
Yes.
And then
Yes.
if
They
they
would.
were
That's
That's what I'm
faithful?
saying. They don't
If
even
they were
know the money yet.
passport,
Okay.
it's passport.
Yeah,
now.
they're getting passport.
Yeah, okay, forget that part. What I'm saying is when they see the guy and
Uh-huh.
they start to put out immediately, right?
Yeah.
And they start to show, okay, guy, whatever it is you got, I'm with you. First of all, you're American. I like American guys. Okay, cool. So now they're past every country in the world. Every woman likes American guys.
Exactly.
Let's just stop.
Off of
All
that
right?
alone.
Yeah, let's just leave
But
it at that.
if
Right?
I see an American, well, again,
finish,
okay, sorry.
So if she's already thinking I like American guys naturally, okay, I just picked one. I don't know whether he was rich or anything. I know he's American, he's a tourist. Okay, what's up? We might only have fun for these 2 days that he's around, 3 days. All right, but then it so happens that she went far and above any girl has gone in those 3 days for him. In every way, including sexually, because I know a lot of us are going there every time I say that, right? Including sexually, he just did so much that he not even doing. All he did was take her out. He not buy anything. She was when I was going. He even dropped her off at her little flat app where she jumped, got her to go home. And then he saw that happen, and he's like, okay, yo, this girl likes me, right? He's thinking
Likes
this
your
girl. Wait
passport.
now, wait.
No,
let
no,
me
no, no,
land
no,
now.
he's
This
on
girl likes me even vaguely enough. Okay, she likes me even if it's just vaguely. She likes me on the outside for what she's saying. I'm an American boy, right? And, this is where she's at, bruh. This is the kind of chick I don't mind saving. Yes. Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
I feel that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
the men
And
that
they should
a lot of
pay.
American women, I'm not, of course, I date American. I have nothing against it. I'm not coming from malice or anything. But the men that you see as men who aren't shit in America or don't look good or whatever, they don't see it like that. So it's not
Absolutely.
fair to say that, oh, you're only with him for money because you wouldn't date him. They're there because they see him, they idolize that same man.
Because he's
American.
Because he's American.
No,
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
because they idolize
That is
him.
true.
For instance, I always tell people I've lived in Japan, Thailand. I've lived in a lot of different countries, and the biggest thing I've noticed is the best place to be black is other than America.
Yeah,
Being black
that's
is
true.
the cool, most popular thing you can do in Japan
That's true.
or Korea and everything, and they
That's
idolize us over there. So when you say, "Oh, they're just with you for money," no. They're with you because they literally think you are the sexiest thing on the planet. Now, it's the truth. It's just what they think because that's how they were raised. They were raised the same way that you were raised in America to see this looks good, this doesn't look good, blah, blah,
I
blah.
just still think
So
it's
that
gross
dude
if
on those
somebody
passport
just-
boys, who I don't even know what they are, what they look like. Or
I don't
whatever.
even know what they look like.
Some of them dudes who you probably be like, oh, why the fuck would anyone even date him?
Just regular.
They're your regular dating.
No, they're regular.
No,
Yeah,
but there's
regular.
nothing wrong with. I don't mind. I love
Overseas,
cultural.
They see him as more than
No,
regular. They
listen.
say, damn,
I used to promote
just
like
how it is.
multicultural. Like I love multicultural relationships and everything. But like I said, it's more if there's a respect for more cultures, like the other culture, rather than I want to save you because I know you're gonna owe me. This whole feeling of
But
I know
see,
who does that.
yeah,
but-
no, that's just that subconscious.
No,
But
you have to add that other part now.
No, but like it's a nice feeling. No, I understand a man. It's a nice feeling to be like, oh, I have something to offer for a woman that she really loves it. So I understand that feeling, and it's a nice feeling to feel that security in a way for a woman to just like you, and you be like, look, I saved her from gutter, so I know at least you remember
the
me.
narrative is wrong.
But yeah, but I wanted to speak to something
Yeah.
because you said like, oh yeah, gold digger. But I think everybody likes to have some type of excitement in their relationships. I think every woman wants to feel secure in her relationship. So even if
I said gold digger vibes because it was more like when people say, oh, a girl in America is with a basketball player just for the money, that gold digger vibes. So I'm saying it's the same essence, but I'm not calling anybody a gold digger just because you have less money. That part is not.
Okay.
It's context.
Yeah. I was just saying, like, everybody likes a little bit of excitement in relationships.
Yeah, that part
every
is
woman wants
fine.
to feel secure. So if a woman meets a man and he happens to be a millionaire, but he's taking her to restaurants that she's never been to, that's exciting.
Yeah,
If he's
that
taking
part
her
is
out
not-
dancing places that she's never been, it's exciting.
That's
even
not
like if
weird
you're in
to me.
another country and it's like, oh, he's doing all this and this is so
different.
much fun. Yeah, it's different than what they're used to. I'm having a good time. He's attractive. Maybe the sex is good at that point or whatever. They're just enjoying themselves. And then if you find yourself loving that person, then it just kind of came with it. Now there definitely are gold diggers when they're like, oh yeah,
I mean, I
meal
don't really
ticket.
care about
You know,
gold
no, I'm
diggers.
just saying.
Yeah.
Some women are like
People
that.
know
It's like,
when they
it's a
are
meal
with a gold
ticket,
digger and they
yeah.
don't care. It's like an even
Yeah.
exchange. They're like,
But
whatever.
let's ask the women a question though. Why is it automatically assumed that if you see a guy from America with, like he said, a baddie or something from another country, that she only wanted him for his money?
No, I don't think that.
Well, that's what this whole conversation is about.
No,
It's
I
like,
think
why
it's-
are men going over there trying to
No.
save girls and blah blah blah?
It's if a man says, this is what I do. Like if you happen to go to Japan and you just happen to live there and fall in love with someone, that's different. But if you're like, man, I'm going there because look, these other ladies, they're gonna do whatever I want.
Well, that's
Yeah.
wrong.
That is
that's
I
disgusting.
think that's
That's
the
wrong.
point. Nobody's
That's gross.
assuming that women are.
hello.
I think it's
Excuse
mostly
me.
because of the mindset the men already
Yes,
have
because you're
having.
going there to take
Hello,
advantage
ladies.
of their...
Newsflash. Thank you. Good evening. Let me tell you something, bro. Even married American men, even married Nigerian men that live in America, live in any country, right? I'm saying the ones that are wayward, right? The intent is to go to Colombia. It's going to touch your ass. Let's just face it.
So I was when I was saying that earlier. I was
What I'm
getting
saying
a
that
minute
is.
I was talking.
What I'm saying that is. I'm sorry. What did you
part
say?
No,
It's fine.
I'm agreeing to you.
Yeah.
but they
So
made
what
it
why I'm bringing that up is that whole going with the intent. The intent. If you go with intent, you may still not get laid with all that intent you have.
Exactly.
How? In
People
that
go to Las
country,
Vegas
you
and-
get
I
laid.
know exactly.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
I
I'm saying.
understand that, but if you're saying
Exactly.
that's it's fine. If you're just like, I want to get laid, it's fun. That's different. But if you're saying I can't find good American women, they're whack.
Right.
I'm gonna go. I'm like,
I
you're
do have another
disgusting.
narrative on
I
that,
agree
too.
with that. I agree
So
with you
also
there.
you gotta think about it like this. So it's not talking from someone who can't pull in Atlanta or whatever like that. Let's say you can pull and everything is good. It's a different type of work to deal with sometimes women here versus over there.
Absolutely.
For instance, if I'm in a relationship here with a woman from the States or whatever, no disrespect, she's gonna expect certain things, right? She might do certain things. Some girls are like, oh, I don't want to cook. Oh, I don't want to do laundry.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
I don't want to blah blah blah. Oh, I want to boom boom boom. Then you go over there. So, all right, cool. You work. Everything's
Got
cool.
that Rangoon
You go over
ready.
there. Some places like Japan and all these other places. Some places it's the opposite. All
Yeah.
they want to do is take care of you and baby.
I'm
Like I said,
okay
I
with
dated
that.
a Japanese girl, and I think you met her, right, Tyra? I did that for 4 years.
Yeah,
4
that
complete
I think
years,
it's cool.
Brought her to America and everything. But I met her when I lived out there. And when I say dating her versus dating anyone else was completely different. It was something I thought I wanted. It felt like a servitude, like anything I do. Like she bathed me. I'm not even exaggerating. She was excited to wash me and stuff like that. And she cooked, she cleaned, she did everything you can imagine. It was almost like puppetry or something. And I realized, damn, I actually don't like this.
Really? That's
Yeah, I told you, I was like, you know what, this is too much. Like, argue a little bit, say something. But in the same aspect, when that's their culture, that's what made her happy. Pleasing me and doing all these stuff, that's what made her happy. So guys in the States, they see that, and it wasn't for me.
I think they want that.
And they think they want that. So they
And
go
that's
over there
fine.
and they experience it, and it's different. It's not the same
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form.
Look, like when you explain
I
like
know
that
African
part is
American
fine.
women.
Yeah.
Real quick, sorry, I know to cut you off. I know African American women that would bathe your ass too, bro.
Some, but
and
not
some
many.
hits also.
Yeah. That's not part of the
But I
culture.
like your answer because, that part does not weird me out. I'm just saying it's more bashing another group of women and
Yeah, the
also
bashing is
what
wrong.
comes. So you might have that in women there. I know in Hungary, my mother's side of the family, women are more like that, and I think Nigeria to a certain extent, depending on where.
Absolutely.
But so I understand why it's it's attractive. And I pride myself. I like that about our culture. However, my problem is if you want that, but you don't learn about the other aspects of the cultures, because they're up and down. There's good parts of each culture and there's bad. So if you're gonna take that part that you think is good, are you willing to take the not so good parts? And if you're willing to, then absolutely respect the whole culture. But if you're willing to just be like, nah, I want a woman who does everything I ask because I'm the king.
Who's my red?
So with you have experience. So does anybody else have any experience dating anybody from overseas? Like
my girlfriend right now is Chinese.
Right.
And she's stubborn though. She would argue not real arguments. We've never had a real argument, but she's back and forth too, like any nigga there is. You know what I'm saying? It's not no bullshit. And then she would bathe my ass too if I ever let her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You don't let her?
I will. Yeah, I just haven't. You know what I'm saying?
So his culture, like, do you feel like there's a difference?
But she's been here since she was 9 years old though.
Okay.
So she's country really. She's an Alabama girl. She just happens to be Chinese.
Oh, so you said she was born here?
No, she moved here when she was 9 years. She was raised here. So for me, it's not even that. I just think the woman is the woman. What she likes is what she likes. Some of them get off literally from bathing you. You know what I'm saying? Some of them get off from taking care of you and stuff like that. At least me, I like bold women. She'll tell you what it is. I like doing this. So don't even bug me about me not doing that. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Get that out the way. But personally, I also know that that part is not necessarily always a cultural thing. There's city girls that would bathe your ass. I really mean that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just a cultural thing. Doesn't mean it doesn't predominantly happen with intercultural things. It does.
Right. And a woman will want to do certain things. So no matter where you are, that's why I think we're saying if you go to another country because you want to get a woman to do it, you could have gotten a woman to do it here.
Absolutely. That part is where the white game comes in.
I was going to ask, do you think there is a chance of actually finding a woman who does those kind of things here in America?
Oh, heck yeah.
I mean, a high chance compared to, I'm trying to say, hold on, y'all, I'm saying as compared to overseas.
No.
That's what I'm trying to say.
No, but it's an obvious reason.
Yeah.
You know why?
Just to be on record, that's not something I want. Just saying. I'm not saying
No, we got
but there's nothing wrong with that.
To bathe me every
No,
time.
but what's wrong with that?
I want that.
I know that's what you don't like.
I like to shower myself.
But that's fine. No, but I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's just an example.
I love mixed couples.
I feel like we're talking about the
They're just using the example.
I felt a little bit of pushback. Like
when you said that, I was like,
the way I knew our relationship was over is, in my mind at least, is we did a 4-hour road trip, right? And she was like she wasn't American at all. She'd never been to America. I took her to America the first time. And when I say that was the most boring ride of our life, because we just didn't have nothing in common. You know what I'm saying? They're starting to realize if I say jump, she's gonna jump. I know that. She's never gonna be combative. Everything's always her fault. And that's when I was like, you know what, this is not something I personally want, and that was that car ride, that 4 hours we did.
And she really liked you.
That was the time when I was like, okay, this is not my wife.
Let me bust your bubble.
And I was at the time to
Larry, let me bust your bubble. Let me bust your bubble. One time, between 2010 and 2013, or 2010 and 2011, 2009 and 2011, I dated she was also Asian. I don't like Asian girls. I don't go chase Asian girls. Just two. That's it.
Just happened.
All right, it just happened back then. All right, so and she wasn't even really Asian. She was Russian.
Wasn't really.
She was Russian.
Oh, Russian Asian.
Russian Asian, exactly. So I was dating her, and after a while, I found out she was Buddhist. Once I found out she was Buddhist, that's the thing though. Back then, right, my mind was a little bit more closed than this.
Really?
So yes, absolutely. I wasn't always open-minded, completely. I've never really cared what people do, but when it was now me that found out that the girl I was seeing was Buddhist, I didn't even know how it happened. I just started pulling back and pulling back and pulling back until I faded myself out. And I remember back then, that shit hurt her feelings, right? Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying I want her back. That's not it. Okay, because I'm the king of moving on. Once you finish something, that whole going back and I want closure. You people are mad. Yeah, the day we stop talking is the day we close.
Oh my God,
absolutely, the page is closed. The page is closed. So ultimately, years later, when my mind got open a little bit more,
I never get it.
When my mind got open a little bit more, then I was on some. yo, that chick treated me the best among any people, among any girl, with any girl in the world back then. She outdid them, and it's not because she was doing anything. We're not even doing much. She was just that great, a great person. You know
wow, it's really great that you realize that. And
absolutely, absolutely. And I don't want you back. That's not it. But I'll tell you to your face. I'll tell you to your face. You're such a great person.
Yeah. So I want to say something too. I want to say something too. Like as far as like, I guess from a woman's perspective, or women, y'all can chime in too as well. If you were to decide to date overseas, I feel like men too. Excuse me. I feel like for me, right now where I'm at, like my main concern if I were to date someone overseas is him trying to use me for green card and paper.
Why?
Realistically, because I feel like because number one, it is a real thing. It is a real thing, and I feel like you can weed out the ones who are looking to use you for papers, but then the point that I'm trying to make is that there are guys who are really great at pretending and that making it
genuine, and they are good,
and they will make it seem that they love you and they want to marry you, they want to everything, but they know once they come to this country of ours, it's over. They're gonna go back to their wife or their girlfriend back at home, bring her over here. It happens all the time, not just for women, but both men and women happens. So I'm just saying, for me, from my perspective, or me, like my biggest fear is if I want to go and date someone from a different country, is like that's gonna be on my mind. Totally. Number one, my radar is you want to use,
and a woman wants to feel safe
or use for paper,
and I even just recently heard we're not. No, I just heard.
It's not only in Africa.
No, listen, I just heard.
Listen, wants American people.
Most women don't date, say, foreigners. Usually, if they're not from the African country, the women we're talking about in our chance. I'm not talking about why would you date a Japanese guy? Or a Korean.
I know, but I know another story though.
We all know why we're not dating anybody from Japan. First of all,
I'm gonna tell you, if I was single, I would absolutely.
Since you brought it up, we gonna take it there. Okay. We all know why.
Cancel culture.
Why?
All the Japanese about to come for you now.
Say it.
Why? She said why.
What you
I don't know.
You know why? Ain't nothing down there, girl. So what we gonna
do? You really think so?
Girl, no. Where have you ever heard? Oh my God, that Jamaican. He's Japanese and he's Pakistan. I'll say no one ever. No
because
one
maybe
ever.
they just.
I'll say.
But there are some women who maybe that isn't as important as the way that they're treated.
Yeah.
There's some women
they don't have micro
like what they like.
So
they like average. Or below average. Not even the average. Just below
so
average.
Come on, I did not put a whole continent of people as below average penises.
Well,
I would say a good 85%.
I can't actually argue that because I don't know. I doubt that.
Mainstream peddles that, but let me say this.
Nobody watches Japanese porn, baby. I'm sorry. We just
they don't. Oh
no, men do.
Of course, men do.
Yeah, like for the women.
Yeah, Japanese versus.
But wait. Now I'm curious.
Go watch
anybody. Have you guys watched Japanese porn?
Girl,
I think I've seen something Asian.
There's for a reason. You got the girls.
No, there is some.
No, but with the men.
Porn. Yeah, no. I've seen some before.
And when you saw the Japanese porn, were they micro penises?
I wasn't interested.
Girl, this is before the end of times, okay? This is history. This is American history.
I have a hard time believing that.
That's what I said. That's what the mainstream pushes.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with stereotype.
However,
I don't know.
To respond to what Tyra said, personally, all right, if I were a woman, I'm not one, but I try to believe, I think as objectively and as normal as possible, I'd have the conversation, literally, verbatim.
They'll give you the right answer.
And the reason why I say that, no.
The right answer.
No.
Most guys don't lie about it.
Tyra.
Okay, say what you have to say. We're listening.
That's what I want to say. That's what I want to say. What I mean by
hold on now.
What I mean by I'd have the conversation if I were you is you're the one with the U.S. papers. You're the American citizen, right? So here's the thing: you have the conversation before you guys even talk about him coming over. It's like, yo, I'm trying to get married for real. Not this stuff that you say it literally. Not this stuff that you guys do when you now come to Yankee, you now be all over the streets. If that's what you do, now you tell him what it is that you have in your mind. Not because you're really gonna do when the time comes. You say, if you try that with me, it's not to bully him, because I know fear is still there, and I mean fear in a good way. People bully. Yeah, but I'm saying fear the other way around too. No, I'm saying fear the other way around, because she wants to respect her man. She respects him, so there's a way you have to say that to him, right? But you have to push the fear aside for a second. The fear of say you respect him. You now tell him, yo, listen, I respect you, but last you come and misbehave. They're not gonna find you. They mad. It's my city.
So you respect him by disrespecting him.
Yes.
No, you're not disrespecting.
Absolutely.
Your foot down.
No. Yes. For a hot second.
And she said that.
She talks to you like
I don't
that.
care how nice you say that.
For 1 second.
Just letting you know, if you're here for just my papers,
that's a
I'm gonna
red
fuck you
flag.
up.
No. But here's the thing.
It's a
Even
red
if you say it
flag.
nicely,
It's
You
a
guys,
red flag.
okay, so Tyrant, I
And
agree.
if a guy tolerates
no,
that,
makes
he will
sense.
show you
I agree with them. I agree with them.
You should trust
I
me
agree
enough to
with them.
That's you.
I'm not on that.
But here's the thing.
But and if I tolerate that, you should question.
In real life,
Because I will.
again,
I
I agree that you can tell the man that and he'll feel some type of way and all that, right? I mean, I'm talking about if I were you, bro. Listen, if you don't do it, you're wasting your fucking time. Yes, he will come and be them Atlanta ass niggas out here. You know what I'm saying? So now, I'm telling you now, you tell him this is for real. I'm not trying to check you. Like I said, 1 minute. Give him 1 minute. Just tell him, I have to say this way because there's no other way to say it. This is how I would say it. Maybe it's because I'm a dude, I'm thinking that way. But to be honest, that's what you gotta do. Let a nigga know, like, nigga, when you come.
But I know a real life story though
Ain't
that
none of
happened with a couple, and neither one of them are black. Like, white man, and I can't remember where the woman is from. But he met this woman, fell in love with her. They got married. They were married for 4 years. As soon as she got those papers, she said, "Look, this is what I was here for. I'm out." And was like, when I say she was doing him so wrong, like she was sleeping with his friends behind his back, like just very disrespectful. But had nothing to do with black, nothing to do with Nigerian, African. Like people just do that.
People are crazy.
And women do it, not just men.
And again, so Tyra has a reasonable concern. However, everybody, you could marry somebody even who is American that really plays you when the time comes. So it can be anybody.
It could be
but I wouldn't knock
anyone.
someone that doesn't want to marry or date outside their culture. Me, I'm not scared. I'd be like, of course you like me. You're not gonna want to leave. But if you're like, no, I mean that's the way I would. No, I'm serious. I mean, if I really feel like we have a connection, that's what I would believe. Maybe that's naive, but
to be honest
really
with you, I mean, I feel like I shouldn't even be saying this because it's like giving myself away. But I feel like if it were me now at this point, I'm just gonna tell whomever that I'm not gonna I'm just gonna tell the person that I'm not filing for your papers. You're gonna file on your own.
And that's fine. That's something you can do.
Yeah, I will just say I'm not filing for you. I don't care if we're married or not. You're filing
you
for yourself because I'm not gonna have no one use me.
Yes, what I'm saying is, them dudes.
If he's married to you, you're filing for him.
No, I won't.
You're not gonna tell like the dude.
We'll live in Nigeria or wherever.
Yeah.
She's gonna say it to him, and he's just gonna lie to her face. It's just
people lie. There's no way.
Yes, but guess
I
what?
have been fooled.
But guess what, though?
Of course, I'm not gonna hear from
Larry.
your papers.
Why would you ever think that?
Why would you say that?
I'm so hurt.
Larry, guess what?
They'll show you Pepe.
You still said it. You guys are not. This is not about. You guys are missing the fact. I'm not saying you don't. I'm not saying you don't. You don't. I'm not saying. I'm not saying you don't. No. I'm not saying you don't run the risk of it happening. Or I'm not saying you don't even run the risk of him getting mad and saying, "Why would she even do that?" Right? If a nigga really loves you, if a dude really loves you, like for real, right? There's that test. That one thing there is the real test. Because he's gonna tell himself, wait, I'm not doing this for papers, and I can explain this to my girl right now.
Wait, what's the test? The
test of once you asked him that, right?
Okay.
Once you said that to him, he has a chance to now tell you what kind of things that. Why would you do that? And now that's end it. Yes. Or he has a chance to say, babe, fuck them papers. I want to marry your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Have you so fun?
That's the test now. That's
if you have so fun,
that is a
at
test.
least, yeah.
It's not.
So if I get defensive about it, then I fail?
Yes.
I don't know.
But if you don't get defensive, you might still be a good actor. Because I know
That's not a good test.
I
don't think it's a good test.
I don't think it's a good test.
It's not a good test.
It's not a good test.
It doesn't show
guilt.
It doesn't necessarily show guilt, but it might show intent. Now, the thing is, again, a guy who really loves the girl that just said that is really going to be like, Yo, what are you even talking about? Stop. Listen. I fuck with you. I'm not just trying to come to.
Let me say.
They need to have
No, fuck that. That's what I'm saying. She already asked me.
They need to make
this. I've done. Well, I've done all this. I've shown
From Nigeria. What was he doing from Nigeria?
Have the audacity to ask me if I'm scamming you?
No, I'm sure he's doing stuff, but I'm saying.
Like, that's just you.
No, I don't know. Trust me.
No, that's reasonable. No, I understand both sides. So I really. But okay, I saw this. Somebody. It was a guy. He was very wealthy. He said he would only date wealthy girls. That was his taste in women. Yeah. And I understood he was very, very wealthy. But he had no choice because he said he can only do that because that was his only way of guaranteeing that those girls were not using him.
Yeah.
So I couldn't even get mad and say, man, you're just...
Yeah,
I was like, well, that's reasonable. So if someone like Tyra says, I know it's not really right, I'm sure not everyone's using me, but I just don't feel like stressing.
So what if I was to you, Tyra? Hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? We've been kicking it. Everything is cool. Right. Chill. But I'm just letting you know, if you're a gold digger, I'm going to fuck you up. Like, I'm going to destroy your life. If you hear
but what she said, that was his wording. What she said was, I'm not filing for you.
Would you be disrespected by that if a man said that to you?
Yes, I would.
That's the same thing you're saying to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so,
and I would know, and if I tolerate it, I will show you.
I have a lot of money, and I'm not trying to fall for no traps. I know
you know what? No, I won't.
If you're a gold digger, I'm letting you know now. I'm gonna burn you.
Well, he's not gonna. But he won't. If he says it like that, that's different. Just like what he just said to me. But I'm saying I would never say it to that person the way he just said that. No.
Again.
I wouldn't say in that context.
Yes.
But if you can, but no, you can still say it in a way that's still it's still respectful.
How? Okay, so where you can say it is. So a good way to say it. No, listen, a good way to say it.
Tell me, because I need to know.
So if you're dating somebody in another country and they want to come over here, like, yes, I really want you to be here. I want us to live together, but I'm not comfortable filing for you. Would you be willing to come here and still file for yourself?
How can somebody come here and file for themselves?
They can file for themselves. Visitors,
they're here already.
No. No, if they're here.
Work visa, school visa.
Not that easy.
You cannot. It's not that. I know that
it's not that simple, but you can do it.
You can still do it.
It's not
how
simple. You know that.
You can still file for yourself. For yourself.
No.
You want to come to visit America?
The reason why I filed for myself is because I already.
It's not easy. We're not saying it's easy.
Why would you, as my spouse, won't do it for me?
Because I don't want you to. I don't want to do it.
No, there's no way. No, I'm trying to understand.
It's almost impossible to do it myself. But now you want me to figure it out?
All right, let's
like my parents, they never filed for each other's country. So I know that the love. My dad married my mom in Hungary, went back to Nigeria. My mom went with him, gave birth to me and my twin in Nigeria. I mean, nobody could doubt that nobody married the other for papers. Yeah. So that's different. But I can also not fault somebody for. You just happen to fall in love, and one person happened to need papers. I still don't.
Because she
fault
said it's
that.
A major concern.
No, but I said I don't necessarily fault that. You wouldn't know inside. Like if you fell in love with a guy, and then later you found out he didn't have papers, and he's like, I don't have to marry you. I will have to go back. It's gonna be very difficult.
Okay.
That's okay.
So I have a question. So have you had that experience personally?
Yeah. Have you?
What?
Where you felt someone was using you for papers?
Oh, that's my jam. Ooh, welcome to the lounge. Let your head down. I heard you was in town. Come through and we can talk it out. You know I'm like that. We can do what you want. I know.